Welcome to Zombie Life with me, Dead Ned. On today's episode, I'll be taking a look at my personal top 5 movies to watch on Halloween that aren't Halloween. Remember, if you enjoy this film, please give a like, or even better, why not subscribe to the channel? That would be fucking awesome. Now, before I get started, let's be clear. These are not necessarily my favourite horror films of all time, just a selection of films that give me, dare I say, cosy Halloween vibes around the big day itself. Some of you will be outraged at my choices, a failure to include certain must-watch spooky movies. But remember, horror films are for life, not just for Halloween. With that said, let's get straight on to number 5 on my list, which is Hocus Pocus. Ned, I hear you cry. This isn't even a horror film, you knothead. This is true, but it's still pretty damn dark in tone, with witches kidnapping and killing children to absorb their youth, and within the first 10 minutes, these same witches are tried and hung by their scrawny necks. The whole film is a celebration of Halloween, from its set design, costumes, music, and there's even a zombie character, so that's an obvious bonus. Since its release in 1993, it's gone on to gain cult status, and there's been rumours of a potential sequel ever since. It's a great introduction to spooky movies for children, before they move on to The Exorcist. At number 4, it's Cabin in the Woods, a 2011 horror comedy which is not technically set around Halloween, but took a lot of horror movie ingredients, stirred them in the pot, and churned out an instant classic. It's got your throwback college students, complete with a stoner, heading out to a remote cabin in the woods. There's a mysterious organisation working in a top-secret underground bunker with a sinister purpose. If you're a monster fan, there are loads of all shapes and sizes, ranging from the classics to some blink-and-you'll-miss special appearances. It's simply a lot of horrific fun, with plenty of decent twists and turns along the way. For number 3, we have The Conjuring. I'm a sucker for haunted house movies, and when this came out in 2013, it was a surprise hit. The 70s and 80s were a golden age of horror, and The Conjuring, with its tone, pace, and general look of the movie, almost feels like it was made in that classic era. It's got genuine jump scares that don't feel too cheap, and a bit of good old-fashioned demonic possession thrown in too. The last decade or two has seen a lot of similar themed films, but for me, this is the best of them. At number 2, it's Trick or Treat. This may be an obvious choice. I mean, you couldn't find another movie that's so clearly aimed at the Halloween period. But with its anthology of stories woven together, it's just a whole lot of creepy madness. It also created a new fan favourite character too, in the form of Sam, who appears on the 31st of October to enforce the sacred rules of Halloween. The movie's director, Michael Dougherty, actually created the character in 1996 for his short film Season's Greetings, which is well worth checking out. Trick or Treat is often a playful film that lures you into that autumn warm Halloween feeling before gets real and it shows you its mean streak. So my personal number 1 Halloween movie is Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. I know some of you are shaking your heads in disagreement or cursing at me. It's been controversial for years, with a lot of its critics believing it shouldn't even be part of the Halloween franchise. Where's Michael Myers, they're crying out. Maybe they're right, and it should have just been its own thing. I mean, it was always meant to be a spin-off so they could do a different story every year. And that's how I see it, as its own thing, which is a very dark, dark tale that is relentless in its ominous feel of dreadful goings-on. You've got the 3 iconic masks that are a crucial part of the plot, that famous catchy tune that plays on the TV advert, 80s rough but righteous hero Tom Atkins, a bit of ancient myth and lore, a John Carpenter 80s synth soundtrack, some crazy and cruel kills, and oh yeah, that ending. And it's all set around Halloween. What's not to love, huh? Other contenders that almost made the list are A Nightmare Before Christmas, although I can never decide whether to watch it around Halloween or Christmas, so I usually stick it on in November. E.T. Yes, E.T. Technically there's only a few scenes featuring Halloween itself, but I just find myself watching this heart, not gut-wrenching classic just before Halloween. And yes, if my tear ducts were still functioning, I would probably cry. I mean, I may be a zombie, but I still have a heart. Actually, my heart is pretty much rotted away now. And special mention to Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Not only is it by far the best of the series, it's a great watch on Halloween. Let me know in the comments below what some of your favourites are and if you think I've got it completely wrong. Thanks for watching. Until next time, remember, stay warm and stay tasty.